What's up, everybody? Good morning. So today we are here at Craft Kitchen. We have a team meeting today. So what we like to do is, breakfast, right? We're doing a breakfast.
Get something to eat.
Man, this too early for me though for breakfast.
I guess it's the first time I ever meet anybody here.
You were here that long?
I was here like 8 minutes, not too long.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, look, real quick. Rudy got a brand new car. What happened, Rudy?
On an accident.
Yeah, so basically, Rudy got into an accident, and here was the story. I guess he was driving.
Yeah.
Somebody piled up right in back of him.
Yeah.
And he was trying to get away. Rudy jumped out of the car, socked the guy 4 times, and that was the end of the story. And there's his.
Yeah.
They him right there.
Yeah.
All right, let's go inside, man. Let's go hang out with the team. Let's see what's going on.
All right.
Damn! Oh, it doesn't even open. It's a sliding door.
Oh, really? Dad's not gonna be able to make it, okay, Chakits?
Go figures. Well, let's go with David. Dave, why don't you have a seat right here real quick? You in the captain's chair, stud.
The hot seat?
The hot seat.
I'll just have regular, it's just black coffee.
Black coffee.
Yeah, thank you.
He was working with Dan, but he was saying that he didn't like Dan's vibe, but Dan explained to me about
Oh, it's my jam right here, dude. This much.
He's in escrow in his house, and they're waiting on a specific lot over at Mesa Ridge, out for 975. And said, since it can't be your primary, we're not selling to investors. We're 3 weeks away from closing. They want to take it away from us.
Okay, so can he just say this is going to be my primary?
Well, they're working on it now, so we're trying to figure it out.
Okay, when was
But
this supposed to be?
Dan said he could get it done in 3 weeks, which is their close date. So it's going to be at the end of this month. As well as, they're all KB.
No, we are still shopping around, but of course, you know.
So they're
that
at
price
150.
point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
someone got an escrow right now?
Yes, so I do.
So as you know, I mean, it's going to be a pretty tough price
Nice.
point.
NFT that looks like this.
No, this is a personal.
This,
I don't work
by-
too much, but
Monolith.
so I looked at all like the recent sales and everything. I mean, most of it was conventional. We just had a VA loan get accepted. I don't know if it's, I'll find a month ago, right? We're looking at some properties, and then ever since going back, we were gonna put an offer in on one property, but they're just kind of waiting around too long. He's been caught up with work, and they're gonna be coming back into town sometime this month to look at properties again. So.
Okay, and he is legit, right? You have
He's legit,
proof
yeah. I've got
of
his proof
funds.
of funds.
When is he coming back into town?
I think towards the end of the month, middle of this month, within the next 2 weeks for sure.
Yeah, it's a waste of time. Yeah. Obviously, want to pick the low-hanging fruit.
She is on KB.
Priority list?
Yeah, her and her husband just moved here, so they did sign a year lease, so they're waiting to get on one of those bills. So
Which community?
Cool.
they're at
This whole
one in
spot's nice.
Summerlin,
Like the whole.
Montebello, and then they're at Creekstone.
So
and
to
then they're
overpay
at-
for
so
your
they're on a
breakfast.
bunch.
I sign them on every day.
Okay, good
It's a
job.
cool spot.
Yeah.
Food's good. I mean,
And do you have any approved buyers right now?
No, this cash.
And Nick, you just emailed me your other escrow, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I haven't made any changes to the paper ag clicks, but obviously we need some feedback as far as like what's going on with these leads. Because we're generating like 500 right now. I think it's like 500 a month.
Are you guys experiencing like anything different with the leads? Are they coming in the same? Are people more like, what's the feedback? Like, are you guys able to connect with them differently than, or were the leads coming in, you know, in the beginning of the year different from the leads that are coming in now?
I feel like about the same, yeah. I mean, at least for me, the contacts I've been making are people that don't have like immediate plans, right? They're simply reaching out or just browsing at the moment.
Typical
They've
like
got-
internet leads?
Right, right.
And a lot of these, with internet leads, that's what you have to do.
Yeah, right.
It's
It's like a
nature of
big
the beast.
follow-up.
You know, we do get like the hot leads
Yeah.
every once in a while that people are ready to go, right?
Yep.
Just as long as you're not getting rental leads, you know, because those were coming through at one point.
Yeah.
When you guys send your texts, just Do you put Chakits' name in there? Hey, it's so yeah, because they're much warmer when you do that.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, when I reply, I'm like, hey, this is Joey and Chakits, just checking in.
And that tends to work too as well. But when you do that, next thing you know, you'll get like 200 something texts. And you're gonna have to go through every single one, which is very hard.
Yeah, so I was telling you guys last week, or not last week, but a couple weeks ago I did that, and I got a tremendous amount of replies. Yeah, with the mass text. And I also do with the emails as well, just dropping like a little bit of information, and people will start replying. You know, if like a model home is for sale, last time I did that, it was a Tri-Point in the Black Zone. People were like, I want more information, more information. You know, so you can at least kind of filter out to see who's still in the game. You know, recategorize them.
Also, another thing that we're going to be focused on is the Google business page too as well. So York is currently working on that because we got to revamp everything. And those photos, we're probably going to add some of those photos on there too as well, and create a whole new second website. Because we're going to start doing coaching programs and stuff like that. So we're currently working on all that right now. So I think that'd be a great value. So.
And get those referrals. I mean, not referrals, but reviews. Get the reviews. Just a friendly reminder again.
Now, the reviews. Now, with the reviews, if you guys are actually having a hard time, don't worry about that, because now what's going to happen is once it closes, York's going to send out an email template and also reach on out to the client and explain to them how important this is. Because if you guys are having a hard time, that's what York's going to be doing. So that way we can get that review.
But you guys need to start having the conversation beforehand. You know, like leading up to the closing. You know, hey, listen, you know, could you do me a small favor? You know, every time I send out that text, you know, I get it like absolutely, what can I do for you? Boom, you already got a commitment. They don't even know what the hell they're doing yet. You know, then you send them the link, and then when you follow up, hey, listen, just wanted to see if you received the link. Sometimes it goes to spam. Yeah, I got it. When can I expect it? I just want to make sure that it posts. You know, and you hold them accountable.
We're talking about reviews.
And the other benefit is this: when they put your name on there and they Google your name to do a research, it automatically pulls up that business page and it shows all the reviews under your name. And that's the problem I actually had with Simply Vegas, because John at the beginning wanted us to do the referrals, right? Not the referrals, but the reviews. So I said, all right, let's do it. So one day I had all my clients do reviews. We had probably like 15 reviews. And he called me and said, take that shit off. I said, why? You're the one that wanted us to do this. He's like, because your name is all over here. So I'm like, okay, so now that makes sense. So just the power of that alone, it actually goes a long way. So just keep that in mind.
I think you need five-star reviews first, and then after that, it starts to go. Yeah.
You think you can do it?
I don't know.
Come on, Nikki. You're like, yeah, absolutely, I can get it. Now I'll work on it. Because what I've been doing, I just Google, you know, the Chakits group, whatever, and I just highlight it and send it off. But then it's like, hey, scroll down to the right side of the page, click on review, and like I have to, you know, give them the steps.
So remember that template that you did? Every time an agent closes a transaction, you're going to send that on out for them on their behalf and give them the call. That's what that is for. However, you also need to contact the agent and say, hey, how good was the rapport with the client? Because if you were a dick, next thing you know it, you go out and say, hey, do the review. Now it's a bad review.
Like, sure, yeah, I'll write a few things.
Just be honest with me, guys, on that.
We will.
Like, hey, maybe this is not the right person to send this to. We're good. All right. Because there's going to be some clients, no matter what you do, you're still the bad guy.
Yeah.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Did you finish?
Yeah, I know. I had one recently.
York is going to send out an email and do a follow-up call, so that way they can do it right away.
Yeah, you want to hit these people right away, because if not, they're going to be in the process of moving. You know, life gets in the way, and they forget.
Because once that deal is closed, they get the keys, you're done. They don't even care.
You guys sent me and his wife.
Yeah.
Super nice. I've had dinner with them a few times.
That's good. You know what's crazy? I worked with that guy for about 24 months, or maybe even longer. But here's the thing. If you stay consistent with these people and you know that they got the money, eventually they're going to buy.
Yeah.
So let me give you a story. I have one right now in escrow. We're about to close here in the next couple days. $2.4 million. It took me 36 months, but I knew the guy was good for it. But it's not like I called the guy every day. It's, you know what, we put it on the drip system, call him 6 months, hey, where we're at. It's just follow-up. That's what this game is about. It's just follow-up. So I always set that time and the date when to make his calls. Mine are always on Thursdays, because I know that on Thursdays If I ain't got nothing to do, go back and make these calls to do a follow-up. But again, it really depends on how you guys want to run your system. As long as you guys are doing the follow-up, that's the most important part.
Look back at your notes and seeing what they were looking at previously, and you got, when you call them, you got to be excited about talking with them. It's got to be like, oh my God, I'm so happy that I got you on the phone. Hey, I know you were looking at this. Just want to see where you were at. There's this opportunity I think you might be interested in. Can I send it over to you? Get them like like in the ether of like, oh, there's an opportunity. Oh, there's a deal that's out there that I might like. So always call them with a reason, with a purpose, because you're not really their friend and they don't really have the time for you at the end of the day. Does anybody else have anything to add?
Yeah.
I mean, be open about it. I mean, let's have a real fluid conversation about it. Let's make it something with substance that maybe somebody else is having issues with that we can learn from.
So for the people that I'm connecting with, at least lately, it's one or the other, right? Like I have a great conversation, we had a good follow-up, we're in touch until they're ready, and then boom, we make it happen. And on the other hand, I'm connecting with people, and we talk maybe 2 or 3 times, and then they're active on the trip, and then they kind of just go MIA, right? So I think it's just kind of filtering out from the beginning, like what their motives are, like if they're actually legit, rather than wasting my time thinking that they actually are,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if it's. I'm still trying to figure out if it's my approach from the beginning. I know you always say call for reason, call for value, and I try my best to do that. But I think some people are just.
Well, so when you guys are having these conversations, David, when you're on the phone with them, well, let me go backwards.
Yeah.
Everybody is moving towards something or away from something. Would you agree? Right? So you're looking to move towards a different location or a different house, you're looking to move up, you're looking to downsize, whatever it is. But I think we're heavily weighted in a situation where people are moving away from something, right? People are moving away from their state, they're moving away from high taxes, high property values, they're looking for the promised land, because let's face it, nobody's just like, oh my God, I want to live in the middle of the desert with a water shortage. They're flocking to our state. They're obviously moving, running from California, running from Portland, Washington, these other states. So you need to figure that out, right? And I know we have these conversations a lot that, hey, look, the market's going crazy. We're at a median home price of $465,000, up $15,000 from last month. You're going to get priced out of this market, and that's all great, but that's it has to be timed within the conversation. You know what I mean? So we say that we regurgitate it so much that I think that we fall into a trap to where that's our only pitch, when it should be, hey, look, what are you moving away from? What's the motivation there, right? That's exactly. So now you're really having that heart-to-heart conversation, like, hey, look, the schools are, not what we want. We don't want to keep, paying these high taxes and new taxes every single year. So we want to go where there's no state income tax, right? So now you're finding out the reason why they're moving, and now you're going to hone in on that, and you're going to put that in your tool belt and use that in your conversation, right? Hey, how would you feel if you moved here and this was the situation? Hey, how would you feel if now you're out of California and you're experiencing this in your life, right? So now you're using that, thanks. Now you're using that and you're backing it up with like, hey, listen, now I know the timing of this whole situation, this whole move. How would you feel if you got out in the first of the year, right? And now you're positioned right, because now we're timing the market right.
Now I'm in the game, I was on the bench. First I was renting, now I'm collecting rent. First it with the Beamer, now I want the Benz. Spending all the back like here I go again. Outside says the chirp, now the camera phone. Told you I'ma keep the channels on. Why you acting different when the camera's on? Why you acting different like your paper long? 8 day wake up and I thank God. Bad decision got you wishing you could say nah. My city gritty, you could get here any day now.
Pose right next to the stairs, he's like this.
Shaolin monk.
Alright guys, have a good day.
Alright guys. I've been winning, I'm like, why me? I heard these niggas wanna buy me.
Get that phone call?
Yeah.
About your mailer's invoice. Talk to this lady named Jody.
Okay. No, I actually made the payment for that. So I don't know why they charged me.
Yeah.
But anyway, York, what'd you think about the team meeting today?
It was great.
What'd you learn?
What did I learn?
Yeah, what'd you learn?
How to talk to people.
Like,
What's a good counterback? What makes you say that? It's a good counter when you're talking to
I
leads.
learned that you have to get on their good side, and find out why they're running away from problems that makes them want to come here, and then you amplify that and you get their ass for their money.
That's a good point, yeah. And the other thing I've just learned is you should never be a hard closer. You should always listen to somebody, right? And to overcome their objections is you got to know what's going on within the marketplace. In addition to that, you can also sell yourself. And what I mean by that is this. You can tell the clients all the good stuff and you can say this. Next thing you know, they're agreeing with you. The next thing you know, you're actually closing yourself. So the whole story about this is just really listening and paying attention and helping people and guiding them into the right direction. But at the end of the day, have that client or that person be the captain of the ship. You're just a guy that helps mandate it. That's it.
Yeah.
Right?
And the person asking the questions is in charge of the conversation. I didn't know that.
There you go.
If anything, I fall victim to that too.
Yeah.
People telling me what I want to hear, especially after you make like 10, 15 calls with all rejections and you get someone that's like, oh, kind of starting the conversation.
Super cool on the phone.
And then when you hang up, it's like, oh.
You end up having a homie, but you ain't sold a house.
Yeah, he just got me off the phone.
Alright guys, if you guys like more content like this, let us know in the comments below. Other than that, don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like. Peace.
He just walked
Hey, you
away.
going back to the office?
He won't take a lazy day. Wifey on me told me take a break. I keep going to the paper street. Then it's trips out to Montego Bay. If I take the job, bet I get it done. I said it before, I'm a 101. I just caught some ones, only wearing ones. Fornicate the funds, money made me calm. Diamonds on your neck, bet they on your neck. You want that watch, you better rock it.